Kim, I need you to put together the deck for this afternoon's management meeting and prepare the room for 20 people by 1 p.m.
Good morning, Stacy. I think you may have forgotten, but I'm actually off today and tomorrow.
Oh, are you now? Well, do you think I care? Why don't you just shut up and do as I say if you want to keep your job in my office? In fact, I will fire you right this moment if you're not going to follow my instructions. I can't believe you think a temp staff like you can talk back to me. Have you forgotten that you can be easily replaced? I know that you're reaching your 40s, but your age doesn't mean anything to me. You are my subordinate, therefore required to listen to my orders. If you can't do as I say, then I will simply discard you.
Stacy, with all due respect, surely you don't mean that.
Of course I do. Come to the office and prepare for the meeting now. You must complete the deck by noon. And make sure the projector is ready to use.
Stacy, please. Besides, I could understand if you want me to prepare the meeting room, but the presentation deck? Isn't that something the director asked you to prepare personally? If I recall correctly, he asked you over 2 weeks ago.
So what? The deck is as good as mine if someone from my team completes it. In other words, you need to do a really good job, or else I'm going to fire you. Do not make me look like a fool at the meeting today. Now come on, you're running out of time. You need to get on with it.
Like I said, I cannot. Physically, I'm not even in town. I'm at my husband's parents' house right now.
What the hell? Where is that?
Like 4 hours away. So there's no way I can make it to the meeting in the afternoon or work on your presentation deck. Please do it yourself or find someone else.
Excuse me? 4 hours away? What the hell are you doing out of town on a weekday?
You can't tell me where I can or can't be on my day off. And as a note, I requested and had this paid leave approved over a week ago. You approved it too.
Oh, I did, huh? Well, I don't remember.
It's marked on my calendar, which you have access to, and I also reminded you a couple of days ago. So I can't follow your orders today or tomorrow. Sorry, Stacy. My husband is looking for me. I have to go. Good luck on the meeting.
No, wait a minute, Kim. I need the deck to be done by noon. I'll never finish it on time. Kim? Hello?
Hey, sis, you have a minute?
Of course, Seb. What's up?
I know this is out of the blue for you, but is it possible to borrow your van on the morning of my wedding this weekend? There's been a mix-up with the limousine service, and it looks like we were double booked with another event.
Oh, dear.
I have to look for another service quickly to pick up guests from the airport in the morning. I made a few calls already, but it's so last minute that I can't find anything decent.
Seb, it's not a problem. If our van is a good option for you, then you're free to use our van. In fact, my husband is next to me right now, and he's offering to drive your guests.
Are you serious? Greg would do that?
It's probably best that way. The van is nice, but it's hard to get used to. We would feel more comfortable if someone used to the car drove it.
Man, that would be so great!
Will you talk to him directly later on with the details?
Absolutely, I will call him later. Thank you, thank you! By the way, have you told your colleagues that I'm your brother? You might surprise the people who don't know anything about us.
Well, I told some of my colleagues while we were talking about family and their professions. It's not like I'm hiding anything. That said, I don't want everyone to think that I'm boasting about you, so I decided not to mention it unless you came up in the conversation.
Okay, that's understandable.
I mean, I know you've invited many people from the office, so I guess it'll be widely known after this weekend, which I knew was going to happen when I started working in your office a month ago. So that's that.
Yeah, I mean, all the manager class folks know, but the others, I can already picture their surprised faces. Be prepared to have a bunch of people ask why you never told them.
I'll make sure I have a good line.
All right, well, I better get going. We have last-minute preparations for the wedding. Thanks again about the van. Could you please let Greg know I'll call him in about an hour?
Sure, I will.
Talk to you later, then.
Okay, good luck preparing for your big day.
Hey, Kim, I'm just checking in on you and Greg. Is everything smooth sailing? You on your way here?
Yes, I am. I'm driving our other car to the venue right now.
Okay, so you didn't go with Greg. Is he on his way to pick up the guests?
I think he already picked them up. He should have left the airport by now and be on his way to the venue with everyone.
Okay, that is great. I really owe him one. I feel bad using him like a driver, but he saved this wedding. I'll make sure to thank him for everything.
You've already mentioned it many times, Toby. Don't worry about what you owe him and focus on your big day. Are you nervous?
A little bit, but not as much as the bride.
It's going to be a beautiful day. I can't wait to see you guys soon. I should be arriving in about 30 minutes.
Okay, drive safely. I will. See you there.
Kim, what the hell are you doing here? I just saw you talking to Toby. Don't tell me you invited yourself. Just because everyone from the office is here does not mean a part-timer like you are invited. You know, I actually saw you talking to him when he visited our floor the other day. Are you trying to make a move on him? You are a married woman now. How dare you embarrass me like this? You need to leave. Now. Hello? Are you ignoring my messages? You know, I was being nice texting you before I humiliate you in front of everyone. But fine, if you're going to ignore me, I guess I'll have to do what is necessary. I won't let you crash this wedding. Gosh, that felt good. I should have gotten a picture. You should have seen your face. Oh, classic. You looked really good in red, too.
I can't believe you poured wine on me. What did I ever do to you? You didn't even tell me why you did that.
Well, someone has to teach you a lesson, right? You're merely a part-timer who's been working for me for a few weeks. I know you're trying to get a piece of the men attending this wedding, including the CEO. You don't belong here. Get out!
Stacy, you've gotten it all wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course I do, you whore!
Wow, I am lost for words. You know what? Forget it. There really is no point in trying to talk to you. Just pay the venue or the hosts back for wasting a good wine, will you?
I didn't take it from the bar.
What? Where did you find that bottle then?
Some newbie from our office had it. A bunch of them were going to give it to Toby as a wedding gift.
What? You wasted someone else's gift to attack me?
The idea was so stupid anyway. Toby didn't need any cheap wine from a bunch of youngsters. It was more important to get rid of you from the wedding.
How dare you?
Well, you got the message now, didn't you? You are not welcome. Get your sorry ass out of here. If I see you walking around again, I will rip your dress up into pieces.
I'm not the one leaving. You are, you piece of shit.
I beg your pardon?
That gift was not some cheap wine from the supermarket. The young employees bought a wine from the same birth year as Toby. It was supposed to be a beautiful surprise gift. They all pitched in to buy it out of thoughtfulness, and you've ruined it. You are going to be so sorry for what you've done, Stacy. You fool.
Excuse me, this is your own fault. If you never came to crash the wedding that you weren't invited to, none of this would have happened.
Okay, just give me a second here. I need to take a deep breath before I go on. All right, I'm back. Apologies for the language. Your level of ignorance has pushed my frustration over the limit, but I am calm now. And now that I am, I'm going to report what you've done to the CEO. Excuse me for the time being.
Huh? You're going to talk to the CEO? You think he's going to listen to a word you say? You are a part-time worker. He's not going to take an old woman like you seriously. Know your place already. Get the hell out of here now.
Toby, I think I might be late for the ceremony. I'm so sorry.
Oh, why? Is everything okay?
Long story short, Stacy deliberately poured wine over me and kicked me out of the venue.
I beg your pardon? What the hell? Why would she do something like that?
Because she believes that I'm here to pick up men and that I'm going to crash the wedding. She doesn't seem to know who I am to you, nor will she listen.
Oh my God, I am so sorry this is happening to you. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. One of the staff saw the whole thing and has offered to help. I asked her to fill you in on the details later when you have a moment. I'll also forward you a screenshot of her messages. You'll be able to understand what she did to me. You won't believe her attitude. Plus, you're going to be pissed about what she did to the other employees.
Okay, I'll make sure I read them all. But, so what are you gonna do? Is your dress damaged? Are you heading home to get changed?
I'm heading to the boutique down the street right now. I'll just buy something quickly and head back. The same staff offered me a dressing room where I can get changed. The makeup artist was still around too, so she's going to help me with my face and hair. So I might be entering the ceremony a bit late, but I promise I will be there. Meanwhile, I know you only have like 30 minutes until you walk down that aisle, but can I leave Stacy to you?
Of course, don't worry about that part, I'll handle it.
I'm so sorry, I hate to do this to you on your wedding day.
Hey, none of this is your fault. I got your back.
Thanks, Toby. I'll move as fast as I can.
Kim? Hey, Kim! Oh, come back to the venue now! Why the hell did you not tell me you were Toby's sister? Was I supposed to find out myself, huh? Answer me!
Funny, it's true that there are employees who do not know that I'm the CEO's sister, but I've been told that everyone who are manager rank and up have been notified.
What? Then why the hell do I not know?
I guess you missed it as usual. You should really go through your emails, you know. I know you hardly ever read them, but nowadays, a majority of the important notices come via email. I kind of always had the feeling that you didn't know. I mean, it's not a hard guess considering the way you've been treating me. By the way, do you even realize you are completely two-faced, treating your subordinates horribly while sucking up to your bosses?
You should have told me!
Why, so you could suck up to me too? Sorry, but I don't categorize people by ass-kissing or ranks like you do. Besides, it doesn't matter who you treat badly. The fact that you mistreat anyone is the issue. You have crossed too many lines.
Okay, fine, whatever. Just come back before I get into any more trouble, please!
I don't know what you're talking about. I've been inside the venue for the past hour.
Huh?
You heard me. Thanks to you, I had to go buy a new dress down the street, but everyone here has been very supportive and helped me get tidied up quickly. I missed the first couple of minutes of the ceremony, but I was able to witness most of it.
No way! I thought I'd be able to get back in if I found you. What am I supposed to do then? I'm standing in front of the door like an idiot!
That you are. I suggest you leave. You don't have any other option. As the family of the groom, I'm telling you that you do not belong here.
Wait, no, let me in! I want to be part of this wedding! I've been looking forward to seeing Toby today for so long!
I must go now. We're beginning the reception soon.
Kim, stop ignoring me! Oh, you have to pick up! Hello?
Jesus, Stacy, what? You want to stalk me now? You're out of your mind!
Oh, it's you! Finally!
Well, you kind of left me no choice but to react. Do you even realize you've left me 300 missed calls?
Well, why the hell are you not in the office today? I wouldn't have called you so much if you were here. We need to talk.
After what happened on the weekend, my safety has become a concern. So I've been directed by the CEO to take a day off today. Frankly, I'm glad I don't have to see you today. You actually scare me.
Kim, please, you have to help me.
Help you? Why would I ever help you? You harassed me badly.
I was told to go home just now. They're not going to let me inside the office until they decide what to do about me. I actually might get fired. I think your brother is mad at me because of what happened between us. But you know it was just a misunderstanding, don't you? He can't fire me for making a silly mistake. Besides, it happened outside of the office. You know I didn't mean to attack you or anything, so I need you to talk to him for me. Tell him you forgive me and that it was just a miscommunication.
Stacy, there is no point for you to ask me for help. Because that's not the only reason why you're in deep trouble. First of all, a misunderstanding does not cut what you did to me at the wedding. So no, I will not talk to my brother for you. But even if I did, it would be hard to regain your trust since the board has been discussing your behavior prior to the wedding.
Huh?
You see, you're the only one who doesn't understand the corporate compliance. You have broken so many by harassing your subordinates. There have been reports on your behavior numerous times. They know that you've coerced unnecessary work onto your teammates. Sometimes on their days off, just like you tried to make me work on mine. You call them useless and other horrible names if they ever decline, and treat them even worse once they're back in the office. They know that you've tried to take advantage of younger workers in the office, hinting promotion in exchange of a sexual relationship. I mean, how could you not think that that is against the compliance? Where is your common sense? And on top of it all, you attacked me at the wedding with what was supposed to be a beautiful gift for the newlyweds. Well, guess what, Stacy? My brother has a big heart, but not big enough for ignorant fools like you. In fact, he had apologized at his own wedding for letting you off the hook until now. He said he was sorry he didn't handle you much sooner.
He said that? Oh no, this is pretty bad, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Anyway, now you know that you asking me for help is not going to change the situation. So please stop calling me and leave me alone.
Come on, Kim, help another woman out, won't you? I'll tell you what, if you help me get out of this trouble, I assure you that you will get a raise. I will make a huge presentation about how great you are and that you deserve so much more pay. That's not such a bad deal, is it?
You are unbelievable.
Huh? Is that not enough? What else could you want from me then?
You are wasting my time. Goodbye, Stacy. I don't think we'll ever speak again.
Wait, what? You're not declining my offer now, are you? You'd be so silly to let your chance for a raise slide. Hello? Hello, Kim?
I later found out that Stacy has been obsessed with my brother for a few years. She used to work in a department closer to him, and although she had known he was in a relationship with his current wife, she consistently made moves on him. Her obsession became worse after my brother made it clear that he was not interested, so the HR had to move her to another section which had no direct interaction with him. A few days after my last conversation with her, she received an official letter notifying her punitive dismissal from the company. In addition to losing her job, she was sued by a group of her subordinates who had been the target of her bullying for months. On top of that, she was, of course, made to pay for my dress and damages, as well as the aged wine that was supposed to be a gift. I guess getting fired and being sued all at once made her lose it. The day after her official notice, she tried to force herself into the office building to talk to my brother. Security stopped her immediately, which only made her even more hysterical. She made such a scene that the police were called in and was eventually taken away. Her poor parents had to travel for hours only to bail their grown daughter out. I heard that her embarrassed parents dragged her back to the countryside where she now works night and day to pay for everything she's done.
You're Mateo's older sister. Your name is Angelica, right? I just thought I'd let you know that I got your phone number from your little brother, so don't be too alarmed. Oh, Flora, right? Thank you again for today. I know that today we were all supposed to be there, so I'm sorry for not meeting with you in person. I know I made a promise even, but there was nothing I could do. You should be sorry about that. I didn't even imagine that the sister of my man would be willing to meet with me over video call on a day like today. And that's why I am very sorry about that. At first, I was going to be able to meet you in person, but then the plane I was planning on getting on didn't arrive at the airport due to bad weather, and so I had to wait a while to get home. Is that what happened? Well, it doesn't matter now. I'm sure that you are a very busy woman having to handle all that work. So if you're always going to be that caught up in your responsibilities, you really don't have to worry about me.
Angelica? Did you really go and buy that ticket to Hawaii yourself instead of letting me get it for you?
Hi, Mateo.
And I hear you went and reserved your own hotel room as well.
That's all the truth.
I'm so sorry. The reason you never got a notice from us is because Flora thought that you weren't going to be able to make it to our wedding and marked you as not coming on our guest list. That ended up causing us not to get you a ticket or a room, which left me in shock when that was brought to my attention later. I think that Flora was thinking you'd really be busy with your work at the time of our wedding, so that meant in her mind that you wouldn't be making it all the way out to Hawaii. I'm really sorry about that, Angelica.
Don't worry about it. I should have noticed something was up about that a whole lot sooner, but recently I've had a lot taking my attention away and totally forgot to check.
Will you be able to make it here for my wedding then?
My flight should be arriving there that morning, which means I'll make it to the wedding venue right on time. I've been to Hawaii plenty of times now for work, especially Honolulu. So when I get there, I'll know right where to go and the fastest way of getting to you guys.
Allow me to pay you back whatever you spent on tickets and the hotel later, please. I feel really bad about the confusion.
You don't have to bother with that. Things like that happen all the time, so I'm not blaming any of you for it. Now, thinking about this wedding,
this will be my first time meeting with you after a year's gone by.
I mean, you and I call and text quite often, but I guess it has been a year now since we last saw one another in person during Mom and Dad's anniversary.
Because of work, I'm always away from home and all of you guys. And when it came to that day you planned out for me to finally meet with Flora in person, I had to do it over video call because my flight got delayed by a day.
That wasn't a big deal, though. Both of her parents understand that you are a very busy woman and that you're rarely even in the U.S. most of the time.
I plan to meet with them and Flora the moment I get to your wedding, so please let them know that.
Sure, I can do that.
What's this? Angelica, why have you come all the way out to Hawaii to be at our wedding? Flora? Oh, good timing, actually. I just got here a few minutes ago, but I was told by the lady at the front that I'm not on the guest list and that I'm not allowed to enter the venue.
Well, of course you were told that by her.
This wedding that we're holding today is only meant for family members to attend, and we made that decision from the very start of our planning. I'm aware of that, and I just so happen to be family of Mateo.
Were you even listening? We only invited family to this wedding today.
What?
What makes you think that you're a part of our family and that you could come all the way out to Hawaii for the wedding? As my sister-in-law, you're not considered a part of our family, right? Mateo's getting married to me and will become a part of my family, but you are not a part of this marriage, which means you're not family, right? You're just a stranger to all of us. A stranger. If you want to be a part of a family so badly, then how about you find yourself a husband and get married into his family? We don't have any more room in this family for a woman like you to be entering right now. So would you turn around and go away now?
Does this mean that what happened with things like the plane ticket and the hotel room were your doing?
There were never any plans of getting you plane tickets to come here at a hotel room, right? I didn't forget or make any mistakes there. But I never thought that you would go and buy your own tickets and hotel rooms so that you could be here today. Are you really that crazy of a woman? You're scary. I knew that something like that was possible. You ended up growing up with no parents or any other family as a child, so you didn't have anyone to teach you things like common sense, right? Since you're just that mentally challenged now, I think this will mark the first day of you not being a sister to Mateo anymore.
Huh? And do you think that Mateo would be all right with something like that?
Do you think he'd be fine kicking me out of his life and no longer thinking of me as family? Oh, come on now, Angelica. Of course he wants you gone now. When Mateo first proposed to me, he said that he and I would become family. In other words, he's going to be cutting ties to you today and will become a part of my household. That's what he's been waiting for a long time now, I'm sure.
So that's the idea you've come up with him?
So, now that I've explained everything, you're nothing more than a stranger to us now. You aren't even invited to this wedding today. You're an uninvited guest that nobody here wants. Hurry up and go back home where you belong.
Understood. Well, from here on out, we're just strangers to one another. Although when my brother proposed to you, I'm not so sure he meant he would be cutting me out and joining you all.
Angelica? Where are you right now? I got a message from you saying that you arrived at the airport, but you should be at the wedding venue by now, though, right?
Mateo, I'm really sorry to have to tell you this, but sounds like I'm not going to be allowed to attend your wedding.
What? Why do you think that? You came all the way to Hawaii for this, so why would you say that you can't attend my wedding now? You're my only family when it comes to who I have left, and yet... No way!
I knew that would be the kind of reaction I'd get from you after hearing this.
Well, of course I'd be shocked and upset. It's because I've had you around all my life that I was able to attend college and get a good job. Why are you saying you're not allowed to attend my wedding now?
Have you not heard anything yet from Flora about this?
What? From Flora? Right now she's in her changing room getting her wedding dress on and everything. What would she know about this, though?
Could you please go to that changing room and ask her why something like this would be happening to me? And once you've heard what she has to say about me, you can decide how you want to act and what path you choose.
Angelica, I have no idea what is going on right now, to be completely honest with you. I guess I can go run over to her and see what's going on. Just give me a little bit. Flora, I was going to come in there to talk with you about something, but you seem pretty busy still getting changed, so would it be fine for me to just text you instead?
Yeah, we can text right now. What's up?
Just now I was talking with my sister about the wedding.
Oh, so that's what you want to talk about, right? She really is such a sly yet simple-minded woman, isn't she?
What?
I told her from the very start that today's wedding would only be for our family members to attend, all right? She wasn't even invited to come, yet she went out of her way to buy those plane tickets, book a hotel, and come all the way to Hawaii to try and force her way into the wedding. She really is such a mentally challenged woman, right? Whatever happened to people having any common sense?
Hold on a sec. Flora, was the reason you never booked my sister those plane tickets or got her a hotel room here because you didn't want her coming in the first place? You didn't want her coming because you don't consider her my family?
That's right. Once you marry me, you are no longer a part of her family anymore, so there's no reason to have her here now, right? And about that woman, did she really think she could just ask for everything in return after paying for you to go to a basic college or something? The right thing to do here is cut ties to her, Mateo.
I can't believe this. How could you?
Mateo?
Flora, this wedding is canceled now.
What?
I'm no longer getting married to you, and us being engaged is over with now.
Huh?
I was just with your parents a second ago and showed them the things you said, and we came to the conclusion together that this wedding was over with.
Why? You think I'm just going to accept this without you giving me a frickin' reason first?
The one and only family member that I have left, that being my older sister, was turned away from my wedding today by you. And that's why I can no longer marry you anymore.
Huh? Wait, what are you talking about, Mateo? When you proposed to me, you asked me to become a part of your family, right? That meant you were willing to cut ties to Angelica and choose me to become your family, right?
So that's what you thought. I guess I should have thought twice about saying something like that to a dimwit like you. Although I'm not sure that anywhere in those words I said was me also saying that I wanted to cut ties to my only sister, my only family, and go with you.
What? You didn't mean that.
I wanted you to take those words the way I meant them. What got you thinking down such a screwed up path like that in the first place after I proposed to you? And another thing, I believe that we talked about this before as well. The whole reason we were even able to afford this wedding venue at half the price in the first place was because of what my sister did.
Huh? What do you mean?
Angelica is running a company that imports different kinds of goods into the U.S. from countries all over the world, right? She has to travel all over the world to different companies to have meetings about making deals for them to send goods to her warehouses so that she can then sell them in the U.S. And one of the places that does a lot of that importing is Hawaii, from countries all over the world, but primarily Asia. One of the groups here in Hawaii that she's selling to a lot is the company who owns this wedding venue. And because of that relationship, she was able to rent this place for half the price.
Huh?
Yet the one person that we were all thankful for was kicked out of this wedding by you, the bride.
Mateo.
We are going to have a longer discussion about all of this when we get back home. Until our flight's back home, I'm going to go and stay at another hotel in order to be away from you and have time to myself to think.
No, wait, Mateo!
I'm not waiting. Goodbye for a while now.
Angelica, come back to the wedding venue right now. You can attend my wedding now. If you don't come back here right now, then I'm not going to be able to marry Matteo. I promise to regard you as my family now if you just please come back here. That way I can still marry Matteo, and you will finally have a family of more than just one person, right? Everyone will be able to win. Angelica?
Angelica? I had the whole entire wedding canceled. At the time, the person responsible for all of this didn't want to accept what was going to happen, but luckily, their parents were able to force the wedding to be ended, and our engagement to one another stopped.
I see. So you went ahead and got away from her. Even now, I'm getting call after call and text after text from her about how this is all my fault and that I need to come back.
I'm sorry about that. You can go ahead and just block her number now if you want. I'm going to officially break things off when I get back home and have the mental freedom to, but you don't have anything to do with her anymore, so you can just forget about her in general.
Understood. Then allow me to end things between her and I once and for all. That's right, you're probably going to need a lawyer or something, right? I can ask the lawyer that I go through for my company and see if he can recommend you a really good marriage lawyer to help you deal with Flora. Would you like that?
That would be wonderful, actually. Are you sure that's all right with your busy schedule, though?
All I have to do is give him a call and explain the situation, so it won't take time away from my job at all.
Thank you so much, Angelica. That'll save me plenty of time and mental strain now. By the way, I've gone and canceled my stay at the hotel I was planning on going to, and I changed my ticket to today so that I could go home now. Would you want to ride home on the same plane with me?
I see. I suppose I can do that too and find a seat on there with you. Let's do it. After getting back home, Matteo was able to officially call things off with Flora, with the help of the lawyer I got him in touch with and Flora's parents. Originally, there were talks about getting a settlement from Flora, but in the end, the only thing that Matteo asked for was that Flora pay for the whole wedding that was canceled. But even after that, Flora was still not willing to accept what had happened and would try her best to get Matteo back. She went all the way to Matteo's office building while he was there working and sat out front yelling and calling for Matteo to come back and talk with her. But when he continued to stay inside and not confront her, she ran up to the door and started to bang on it, screaming at the top of her lungs. Of course, the police were called on her, and within 10 minutes they had arrived and taken her away in a cop car because she wouldn't listen to them and began to resist arrest. She even hit one of the police officers with her purse, but was lucky that they didn't hold that one against her as assaulting an officer, or else she'd be facing harsher punishment right now. Instead, though, she was handcuffed and taken to the local police station, where she would be held waiting for her parents to pay her bail and pick her up. Later, Flora's parents got her from the police station and told her that after doing something so ridiculous as that and having to pay her $5,000 bail, she'd be going to work for a friend they had, and a man which Flora called disgusting, who just so happened to be single still and looking for a young wife. She would work at his factory making minimum wage in order to start paying off the wedding fees she'd been given, which required her to gut and clean chickens on a factory line, something that I never thought a woman like her would be doing. However, a few months later, when she had finally paid off all the debt she'd been in, her parents forced her into a marriage with the man who ran that factory, whom, once again, she called disgusting. Flora, who is really regretting everything she'd done and wants to come back to Matteo so bad, is now pregnant with the first of many children that her new man wants from her. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.